Hi, I would like to introduce you uh, the platforms or teaching learning process that we are going to do in my courses. How we do this process, I would like to explain to you. Now, I have got three courses, three theoretical courses that you're going to take from me. One of them is Introduction to Electric Circuit, the other one is Logic Design, and the third one is Circuit Analysis. In these courses, the format of my teaching is the same in three of them. So this video is related uh, this process, my teaching process format. As you already know, in CATS, you see the courses that you are taking. So if this course is my course, then you're going to see this homepage of one of my course. On this first page or home page, let's call it, on the left hand side there are pages. In the medium column you're going to have some explanation. I will explain what they are, and there is a third column. So altogether we've got third columns in a CATS course. On the left hand side menu, this is home page. I will explain to you. Syllables is the second one. In this syllabus you could see each week which chapter we are going to examine. You could see it here. If you want to see details, you can click here. You can see more details related with this week and this chapter. That is called syllables. Announcements. From time to time, I would like to announce some information to you. So I do it through these announcements. You could see all of them all together in this page. Also, you could see these announcements on your home page at top here on the third column. These are the announcements that I have sent to you. These announcements is going to come to you to your mobile phones as well, so immediately you could get it. On the other hand, you don't have to look for what is that announcement on your mobile telephone. You can go to CATS page and you could see all the announcements related to this course seen on this home page. These are the announcement business. Assignments, I'm going to explain it separately. And self-tests, I will explain them separately. Gradebook, all the grades that you're going to take from me, you could see it on this gradebook. First things first is how to process the course teaching, step by step explained here. In this, you could see some of the concepts or some of the tools that I use are explained in here in written, bilingual. There is a Turkish side and the English side as well. And for each of them, there is a video as well. So you can watch the video explaining this platform. I call it first thing first because you've got to get what these platforms are while you're studying. Okay, this is all explained in first things first. As it is, the name is on it, so this is the first area you've got to check. So let's come to chapters now. So in here, for each chapter within the course, there is a chapter page. If you go into chapter page, you see a format. This format is the same for all the chapters, for all the courses that I am giving to you. So if you look at this format now, the first thing you see here, learning outcome. Learning outcome is also as a total group is seen on the first page here. You see, I will explain self-test later on. This is the first page, or home page, let's say. These are the exams. Course description. This course description. So I am before chapter's explanation, let's do the explanation on this home page first. So in here there is a course description, what it means, where this course is within the program. What is the relation with this course with the other courses within the program is explained here. And you see here learning outcome related to this course. So this learning outcome are the ones that I'm going to teach you. On the other hand, these are the subjects that you're going to learn. There aren't many of the learning outcomes for each course. There is a very limited number of learning outcomes. For example, for this course, altogether there are 11 learning outcomes. Why they are so important? They are very important. Why is that? Because I am telling you I'm going to teach you all these. There aren't many of them. So I'm going to teach you, but in very details, I will teach all that to you. So meaning is this, when you learn all these learning outcomes properly in details, then you would be able to solve all the problems related to this subject, to this course. So that means you become very, very powerful with this knowledge to solve all the problems related with this subject. In the memorizing case, when you are studying based on memorizing, not understanding but memorizing, so you try to solve problems, separate problems, many of them, and then you say that I learned the subject. That is memorizing approach for learning. It's not good. It's not the daily life reality. Normally what you should do, try to learn all the details, all these learning outcomes. Once you learn them, then you would be able to solve not certain number of problems, but all the problems related with the subject. That's why it is very critical. So it is explained these learning outcomes are listed here. And there is a matrix here. The rows shows you the learning outcomes. The columns calls the program outcomes. Program outcomes are the capabilities that you're going to get at the end of this 4-year education program. So this matrix tells you which learning outcomes of this course affects your graduation skills. So the red ones strongly contribute these learning outcomes to these program outcomes 1 and 2. This is no effect at all, and a slight effect for this color has got some meaning here. So what else on the home page? Self-test, I will explain it later on. Assignment, I will explain later on. Exams are set here, when it's going to be done, what's going to be the weight of these exams given here. And this table here tells you the grades out of 100 and the letter grades corresponding to these grades over 100. So let's come back to this chapter again. Now in this chapter I said for each chapter this format is the same. At the top the order is also important. At the top it tells you in this chapter 1 I'm going to teach you these learning outcomes. So this is your output as well. So my teaching success is how good I taught you those. Your learning success is how good you learn these learning outcomes. So how we are going to do this teaching and learning business? So there are 2 platforms. One of them is teaching. This is the platforms that I am using to teach you these learning outcomes. And the second group platforms are the learning platforms. These platforms are the platforms that you are using. So this platform helps you to learn these learning outcomes. So let's go inside. Teaching platforms. I do the teaching by using a Prezi presentation. Prezi is the name of a presentation program. Prezi presentation. So when you click it, you're going to see it. It takes a few minutes, so I don't want to open it. But I do the teaching by using that presentation. I don't use the PowerPoint. In this presentation, there are some videos related with different frames. So if you click these videos within this presentation, it takes a bit long time to open. Therefore, each of these videos are YouTube videos. So I am giving you these videos separately here. You see that it could be in Turkish or language. You can choose whichever video you like, same content in it. So for example, in English for chapter 1, these are the videos that you could watch. Assume that you couldn't, 1 week you didn't come, for this chapter you didn't come to school somehow. Don't worry, you could watch these videos and learn what you lost. So why there are many of them? These are the subtitles. You see, this is the subject. If you want to study this subject, that means subtitle within the chapter, you can watch this. Or you can watch this if you want to study this subject. So it's up to you. So come back here. So these are my videos that I am using while I am teaching you. So the third group here is learning platforms. So okay, let's say I tried to teach you these learning outcomes. I did something. So what you're going to do to learn what I taught you, how you're going to do the learning, 2 platforms I am offering you. One of them is self-test. Self-test is related with this chapter. So you can take this self-test, maybe I can show it to you. So there is one explanation here, what type of question and how this scoring is done, all explained here. After that explanation, you could see the example. Here you are. There are some tests like that. It goes like that. It is bilingual, so this is multiple choice. And it goes like that and finishes. So come back now, the course, self-test. How this self-test becomes useful to you. So I'll explain it to you. Let's say you listen to me or you watch the videos, so you're going to test yourself by using this self-test. When you take the self-test, if you get the 100 grade from the self-test, that means you learned the basic concepts. If you don't get you can see your score immediately right after you finish the self-test. So, but you never see the answer to your wrong answer. If you answer one of the question, if your answer is wrong, you see it is wrong, but you don't see the correct answer. You've got to study your own and learn it, and then take the exam once more. So you can take this exam anytime you like, as many as you like. Okay. When I say as many as you like, that means let's say you took the test and your score is 70 out of 100. That means you didn't answer 3 questions. Each question has got 10 points. So in this case, you don't know 3 subjects properly. So what you should do is go back to teaching platforms. You can go to the reference book, you can go to internet, you can use any source you like in order to learn these subjects. When you study once more these subjects, you can come back and then take the self-test again. If your test score becomes 100, that means you learn it. So that's why it is a learning platform for you. You can improve your learning process by taking the self-test exams, as many as you like. Okay. The other tool is called assignment. For each chapter there is an assignment. this is assignment homework, that is. Why we are giving the assignment as well? Because the quality of these learning tools are different. This self-test helps you to understand the basic concepts related with this chapter. The assignment helps you how you could use these concepts in an application. How you're going to use these concepts to solve a problem. That is an application capability, application skill. That is also the understanding culture rather than memorizing culture. So tests may be a bit memorizing culture, but this assignment are the understanding culture. When you say understood something, that means you can learn, you can apply your knowledge to a problem. Otherwise, you didn't learn it properly. Okay, so this assignment, for each chapter there is an assignment. Quite interesting. It is a different type of homework. It has got two parts. One part is related, you've got to study your own. In the second part, you can study this homework within a group. These group members, you're going to choose your group members yourself. So that means if you've got three good friends, come together, make a group. So this CATS helps you how to make these groups. You're going to join these groups. Maybe I can show. Anyway, in time you can learn that. So you are making this group, three of you. So as I said, in the first part of the assignment, you're going to study your own and then send your assignment or homework to your group. So all your friends are going to examine your homework. Also, you are going to examine your friend's homework. And you're going to score your homeworks. And if you see any mistake, that is the second part of it, you score your friends. At the end, you come together and tell your friends in which part they made a mistake. So you can discuss about this mistake and learn, three of you learn this subject. So this is a teamwork. So it's good for you to get the skills related to teamwork. So in the daily life or professional life, you're going to do those teamworks in practice as well. So it is a good tool for you to do it while you are a student. So these are the learning platforms. So let's say you studied all that. What is the contribution to your final score? These scores that you're going to get from these self-tests and assignments does not directly affect your term score. What it means is this, but indirectly it affects. So I'll come back to home page and tell you something about the exams. Our home page. You see here exams, there are 3 midterms and 1 final. This midterm 1 and 2, you can consider it as just one midterm. Why we are separated it as 1 and 2? Because one half of this midterm, that is midterm 1, is a test exam that is done on CATS and very similar self-tests that you have done. Let's say you're going to take this exam at the middle of the term. That means after 6 weeks. So this midterm 1 test exam that you're going to take on CATS cover all these chapters up to midterm time. Okay. Then if you study all these 6, let's say, self-tests your own, your score for these self-tests is going to be high. because it is very similar to other ones. There is a pool, question pool, so I am taking the questions from these pools. Therefore, that's very similar to self-test exam. So that means studying the self-test helps you your final score. The weight is as seen here. The second midterm is very similar to the assignments that you have done because it is a written exam, very similar to your assignments. So this is the second part of the midterm one, let's say. And another test exam is in the last week. It happens normally last week, and it is related with the second part of the term, self-tests. So when you studied all these self-tests, you're going to be successful in this test exam, which is done on CATS. Okay, and the final exam is a written exam similar to the assignment. What I said, so I said this learning platform does not directly affect your semester score, but indirectly it affects, I just explained to you. So come back to this chapter again. As I said, these are the formats. I explained this to you. Tools. In my courses, we are using two basic tools. One of them is related to mathematical tool, which is MATLAB. Maybe you heard of it. And if you didn't heard the MATLAB, maybe you heard Python. So this Python examples related with these chapters, examples are given on this title. Okay. In some chapters you might not see an example, but some other chapters you might see examples of these MATLAB or Python programs. And another tool that we are teaching and using in this course is Proteus. This is a simulation program related with this course, and these simulation program examples are also included under this title. In some chapters you might not see it, but some other chapters you might see it. Forms, from time to time I set up a question in order to discuss within us, within your friends, within me inside as well. So anybody who is interested with this question, join in and do the discussion on these forums. Evaluation is very critical. So what we have done up to now, we have a objective, that's learning outcome. For this objective, teaching platforms, these are what I did. Learning platforms, what you did. You also get the benefit of using tools. You discuss some of the subjects. So we are going to evaluate now what we have done. At the end of this evaluation, this becomes evaluation of yourself, also evaluation of me and the course. So there are two evaluation subjects. One of them is related directly with chapter. The other one is related with me, instructor. So let me show you one of these evaluation, what is inside. These things doesn't take quite a long time. You're going to see it. To answer these evaluation or to do this evaluation takes a very short time. What is inside, just to show you here, it says, as you know, our objective was teach you the learning outcomes. Your objective is learn these learning outcomes. Now we are asking whether you learn it or not. You study this chapter, at the end, you're going to say that whether you learn that objective or not. If you say no, you're going to explain the reason behind it. Because you didn't study, you might say that I didn't work, that's why I didn't learn it. You might say that instructor was not good, I couldn't understand because of the instructor. You might say that materials is not good, so that's why I couldn't learn it. So I can learn the reason why you couldn't learn. So that helps me how to improve or what I should do for you. If you say that, okay, I learned that, yes, your answer is yes. So you're going to mark, put them in an order, these three yeses. It says I work hard because of that, at the top, because I work hard. The reason that I learn this learning outcome is me. You might say that this is 1. Or you might say that second is the instructor was good, or second was the materials good. So if it is second, so you could push it here, that this column you're going to mark the material was good. So you are putting in an order for your learning this learning outcome, which materials was good. Okay, so both sides get some information from this evaluation, and they renew themselves. You yourself, me myself. So next one is, there's another learning outcome maybe seen here. And the other, if there is no any other learning outcome, you're going to see another question. This question tells you the platforms. So if you say that I learn this subject, my learning this subject has been done with the contribution of the following tools. What are they? These are the platforms that I am using: presentations, videos, self-test, assignment, and Proteus. These are the tools that we used altogether, you and me. And then you are saying that in here, if you read the question is for the determination, the usage and contribution of the educational means. These are the educational means, 5 of them. In order to below educational means, usage and contribution from 1 to 5 in such a way that 1, 5 show most list. So in here, you're going to say that I have used presentation, use it, and contributed to my understanding this chapter. If you say that is the platform which contributed to my understanding learning outcome at the top, then you're going to mark this. If you say no, Proteus contributed at the top to learn this learning outcome, so you're going to put 1 here. So you're going to put all these tools, evaluate all these tools in an order. Which contribution is highest, which contribution is the lowest, which tool contribution is the lowest. So that is the end of it. So you're going to mark 5 clicks here, and in the previous one you've got 3 clicks. So altogether 8 clicks that you're going to do. It doesn't take a long time to do that. Very simple. Come back now to our page once again. That is this evaluation of chapter 3. So you could renew this evaluation anytime you like. Why I am saying so? Because I am saying maybe you studied the chapter in the first week, but in the 6th week you are repeating the subject once more. That means you are studying this chapter once more. If you are studying this chapter once more, so you can renew your evaluation for this chapter as well. Maybe one thing that you couldn't, maybe one of the platform didn't contribute to you, but when you study it second time, it might contribute to you. Then you can renew your evaluation for this chapter. So you could do anytime you like, as many as you like. The other one, the instructor evaluation, this is a very short test again, very short evaluation or questionnaire. It's about 10 questions related with the teacher. So if you do this, you could, once again, anytime you like, you could do that evaluation within the course time. That means 14 weeks. So first week, you can, whatever you get, your conclusion, your evaluation is, you can do it in here. And after, let's say, 10 weeks, what you think about the teacher might change. And then you can renew this questionnaire once again, anytime you like. This is a very simple one. Maybe what is next? This is a comment, so you could give any comment, any objective, or any proposal that you have. You can write them here. So come back again. So I strongly recommend you to do this evaluation. It is good for you, it's good also for me. And it doesn't take time. That's why I am saying so. Comments, you can do the comments within the questionnaire, or you can give your comments separately here. That's the student page. While studying this chapter, you could use this page as you like. You might get some notes. Whatever you want to do, you could do it there. So that is what I would like to tell you. So this format is true for each chapter, and it is also true for all the courses that I am going to give to you. So that's the end of it.